What you're about to see is the only television program ever to receive the Award of Special Merit and the endorsement of the International Association Chiefs of Police. Old Man River, or the mighty Mississippi, the legendary river which forms the eastern boundary of St. Louis, Missouri, gateway to the west, a city beginning the 2-year celebration of its bicentennial birthday. In a huge arc surrounding the city of St. Louis is St. Louis County, an area encompassing 700,000 residents. Also, a lot of visitors, some of them undesirable. This is not a Hollywood set. It's the state penitentiary at Jefferson City, Missouri. These two men are not Hollywood actors. They're inmates of that prison, lifers. What's your name?
William Wilder.
How much of your life have you spent in prison?
Well, altogether, I've spent approximately 32 and a half years. I'll be 50 in May.
What is your present sentence?
Life on second-degree murder.
50 years old. He served 5 sentences totaling 32 and a half years, with more to come. A lifetime more. What's your name?
David Petticoat.
What sentence are you serving?
His life.
How much of your life have you spent in prison?
Oh, I'd say around really flat about 34 solid years.
What happened after you and Petticord left the prison farm?
Well, I just walked off church farm and hid out during the day.
In tonight's actual case, 2 escaped convicts plan a house robbery. The St. Louis County Police allow it to occur, up to a point. The plan is elaborate. The consequences far-reaching. A convict attempting escape has something to risk. Loss of privileges, time added onto a sentence. The sentence is life. You rode all the way into St. Louis?
Oh, yes, St. Louis. We went across the bridge, you know, over in East St. Louis. We got across over to a friend of mine and got some clothes and money and taken to a room.
Not really organized crime, but organization of a sort. 2 lifers have a driver and a man looking for work for them.
Not doing anything. How about help me with this thing?
I just rented you a concession. I don't fix the rides, too. Anyway, you got till spring. What's the hurry?
You got an appointment or something?
guy.
Hey.
He's okay. He's a friend of mine. Sit down. How's everything at the walls?
Better out than in. So what's to this job?
First, the deal. There's 3 jobs, 20% on the first one and 10% on each one of the other 2. Okay?
Same for me for sticking my neck out on the escape, okay?
Right. What's the first job?
There's a house out in the 98 block of Highway 67. It's in the county. I don't know too much about it yet, and I'll fill you in a little later on details.
20% for the first job, 10 each for the next 2 jobs. In police work, there are no commissions. No finder's fees. No premium pay for Sunday's work. October 21st. Captain Pete Fassel, Chief of Detectives, St. Louis County Police Department, returns home from church.
Hello?
You know who this is? You recognize my voice?
Yeah.
I got something hot, really hot. Can I see you right away?
Yes, we're at.
I'm going to cross the airport entrance.
Okay. Said you had something hot?
Barry. 2 cons that broke out of Jeff City came on our place with Schaefer. He helped them get away. The tipster was there, and he's got 3 jobs lined up for him already. One of them's a married couple, lives in the 9800 block of Highway 67. That's what I got now.
You know who the cons are?
Nobody was introduced to anybody. I thought you could find that out.
See if you can find out more details. Try to pin down the house and when. Try to find out when. Thanks.
Don't mention it. I mean, forget who told you.
I'll give you guys a lead on this job. It's a ranch-type house up at 9833 Highway 67. Has a white mailbox out front and a long driveway leads up to it. They don't have any kids, so you have to find some other way to make them talk.
How about let me on this? I know a couple of scores we could make.
Well, maybe on the next one. This one's cut up too much already.
Well, before we go any further, I'm not going in on this job without a Tommy gun. Job sounds all right, but somebody could get in the way. And I'm not going back to the pen, even if it means killing a cop.
William Wiley in Jefferson City State Prison. Have you ever used a machine gun in a robbery?
No. I was accused of having a grease gun one time when I come in here, but they never caught me with it. They found one in the car in the garage.
What's a grease gun?
A German-made World War II, sort of like a stern gun. It's got a clip that comes underneath, you know, shape of a moon, and just keeps pouring slugs.
You mean a machine gun?
Oh, yeah, it's just a machine gun.
Tommy, take a look at that photo. See if it looks familiar to you.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Have you been able to find anything out additional about the job for us?
That's a house job, 9833 Highway 67. Man and woman living alone. The guy sells auto parts off of a truck. There's supposed to be a lot of cash in the house.
You got any idea when they're going to hit the place?
23rd, 24th, or 25th. Another guy coming in to steal a car for him, then pick him up with a legit car after they ditch the hot one.
Any idea what it's going to be, a burglary or a holdup?
Hold up. One of them said he wouldn't go without a Tommy gun. Afraid the money's going to be hard to find. You're going to have to force the man or the woman and tell them where it's at.
The Basin home was in the jurisdiction of the Moline Acres Police Department. Captain Vassal requested that Chief Hennebrink be present. Mr. and Mrs. Jack Basin are the actual people in this case, the intended victims.
First of all, Mr. Basin, let me say that it was a pretense that we got you out at headquarters. We are not concerned with talking to you about a traffic case. We want to talk to you about something else that's very important. We've got reason to believe that you're going to be robbed in your home.
Why us?
The persons that plan to commit this robbery are under the impression you have a large sum of money hidden in your home.
Well, that's ridiculous. We make bank deposits every day, and we don't keep any money around the house.
I certainly believe you, Mr. Basin, but they won't. And they're prepared to take whatever measures are necessary to force you into tell where the money is hid, even though there is no money. We are prepared to properly handle this. We have the necessary facilities. We would like to handle this. What we need in this matter is your cooperation. Will both you and your wife cooperate with us in this matter?
Surely will.
Yes.
Fine. Mr. Basin, if you and your wife are ready, shall we go at this time?
Yes, sir.
Two lifetime criminals with nothing to lose. Two law-abiding citizens with everything to lose. The smallest loss, their money. You read newspaper accounts of such things, but suppose it happens to you. Suppose somebody tells you the two armed robbers, escaped lifers, are about to invade your home at gunpoint. How does it feel?
Captain Vassal, everything's okay.
Mr. Basin, would you pull the car out so I can have a couple officers inside this garage?
Surely, sir.
Thank you. Jim, you and Bob take the garage.
All right.
Detectives Albrecht and Cruz took their place in the garage. Expecting a machine gun, the detectives carried short-range equalizers, shotguns. "7 p.m. Chief Hennebrink and patrolman held. Continued the vigilance. 9 p.m. The strain shows slightly on the Basins, but they still remain composed.
How much to Stan know, Mr. Basin?
I haven't told him a thing, sir, because you told me to keep everything quiet, and that's just what I've done.
Fine. Stan, we're expecting possibly a little difficulty here tonight, and we can offer you one of two options. Number one, you stay here with your aunt and uncle and do as you're told. Or number two, you can leave here, but you have to go in the company of a police officer for the remainder of the night. Which would you care to do?
I'd rather stay here, sir.
Fine. Your uncle and your aunt will explain it to you later on.
Okay.
Thank you, son. Mr. Basin? Take a look out that window and see if you recognize that car.
Yes, sir. That's the salesman who calls on me.
Can you get rid of him? Quick?
Yes, sir.
Bye, Mr. Basin. Folks, I don't want to alarm you, but I think we'll all feel safer if he goes to the basement tonight. Okay?
I'll show you where it's at. Sam, will you get my purse off the dresser?
Sure.
David Petticorn. What would have happened if the Basins didn't have the money, as was the case, or wouldn't tell you where it was?
I believe he'd have told us.
You're that certain?
Well, I'm pretty sure he would. You know, when a man's got his wife or something, you know, you can convince anybody pretty easy without even hurting them.
You were carrying adhesive tape when you were apprehended.
Yes.
Why?
Well, I told them in case of emergency, in case of an accident or something, I carried the tape.
That's what you told the police. Now, why were you carrying the tape?
Well, naturally, tape the people up.
Naturally.
One thing additional, regardless of what you may hear, be certain not to come out of this basement until I personally tell you to come out.
Sure will, sir.
Jack, you're standing right in line with that window.
Should be interesting if that guy's got the machine gun he's supposed to have.
Yeah, that'd be figuring right there, I'll tell you. Being lifers, they don't want to go back to the plane.
Well, we ought to try and relax a little bit. Captain Vassal's up there with plenty of men and plenty of guns.
This could be fun if I wasn't so scared.
I heard them say that one of the criminals had a machine gun.
What happens if the man with the machine gun starts shooting first, and we're left down here by ourselves?
The same car's drifting by again.
All right, alert the others. This looks like it's going to be a live one tonight. Tell them not to forget about that Tommy gun.
There's a car pulling in a driveway.
I guess the one in the car will have the Tommy gun.
I'll take care of the car.
I'd like to see Mr. Basin and buy some antifreeze.
Just a minute. Hold it, police officer. Hold it.
Hold it, car!
All right, hold it. Hold your fire.
Hold it right there. Out. Slow. Come on out. Out.
Jim, you and Edwards go back and get an ambulance. The rest of you people be certain to shake this car down before you leave.
There were 5 criminals involved in the attempted robbery of the Basins. 5 men. Where are they now?
Well, there's 2 dead. And 1 I can't say.
That means you, Wiley, and 1 you can't talk about. What are the odds? 5 men, all professional criminals. 2 of them shot to death. 2 of them back serving life imprisonment. What are the odds? 5 to 1. What about the 5th man?
The man who was on the caper with us, why, he later on was shot in an office in an argument with another party.
Colonel Raymond W. Hensley, Superintendent, St. Louis County Department of Police.
Mr. Marvin, the St. Louis County Police Department is comparatively new, coming into existence in 1955. Therefore, we are particularly proud to be associated with this program, along with the outstanding law enforcement agencies of our major cities. We feel that the case selected here is rather notable for a number of reasons. It dramatically demonstrates how a crime of violence was stopped before it was committed. This was accomplished not only by the alertness, skill, and courage of the police officers involved, but equally important, through the complete cooperation of the citizens affected. Because of the cooperation, a series of armed robberies was prevented, 2 dangerous criminals were recaptured, and the intended violence to the victims was completely avoided. This is community law enforcement at its best.
Thank you, sir. Next week and every week on this program, you will see another police force in action. You will have the opportunity of seeing and hearing many police chiefs of our leading cities.
This is the kind of police work of which I am particularly proud.
The individuals involved were young men, armed, dangerous, and potential killers.
It shows excellent police work on the part of the officers involved.
You will see the actual criminals interviewed in the penitentiaries.
Running out the door, I got shot in the stomach.
Knowing that his wife and daughter and son was in jeopardy, he probably wouldn't do anything no way.
My knees buckled, and I thought that I was a goner myself.
You will see today's modern police officer fighting a successful battle against crime. Crime that ranges from bank robbery in Pittsburgh to kidnapping in Chicago. The cleanup of a narcotics ring by the New Orleans police. And the saving of a baby's life by the police force in Cincinnati. You will see one of the outstanding stories of every major city, selected by the police department of that city. You will see the story as it actually happened, where it happened, and meet the people to whom it happened. Mr. and Mrs. Jack Basin, Stanford Basin, Captain Pete Fassel, Detective Ken Edwards, Detectives Jim Albrecht and Robert Cruz, Chief Anthony Hennebrink and Sergeant Donald Held, David Petticord, William Wiley, and Richard Koenig were the actual people in this case.